Hey, how's it going, guys? Pardon me for the lighting because I just moved, so I'm going to try to find the right place to set everything up. But for the time being, I've got the Dragon Touch Notepad 102 available for under $150 on Amazon. On the bottom of the box, we got some specs here. It has an HD 10-inch display, IPS. I think it's just going to be 1280 by 800, which is just barely acceptable. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, an Octa-Core processor, 2.5D screen glass, a compatible keyboard, which is optional. Fortunately, this one does not have the keyboard. Nothing much around except on the bottom here. It tells you a little more. It's got a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is kind of big, and then the resolution is 1280 by 800. The color is space gray. Octa-Core 1.6 gigahertz. I just hope it's not running Android Go. That would be nice if it wasn't. Inside the box is the tablet itself, a SIM pin, or it might be for the micro SD card tray. Inside of that is just a user manual, really thick one, that probably has a couple different languages, and it's fully colored. A USB Type-C cable, a wall outlet, and some good old silica gel. There's no screen protector that comes pre-installed with the tablet, so that's kind of unfortunate to see. The back does have a screen protector, and I'm going to leave it on there just to keep it clean. But the back is made of metal. It's not just some kind of random plastic. The camera is protruding on the back here with an LED flash, but that's not protruding, of course. On the top, we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack, micro SD tray. I don't think there would be a SIM in there. I'll try to open it up in a moment. Power button, volume keys, reset button, USB Type-C port to recharge the tablet. Bottom speaker grills, and this is to where you can install your keyboard if you have one. This didn't come with the keyboard, by the way. Nothing on the side here, nothing else really. Yeah, we went through the top. The camera is on top here too, in the middle. Out of the box, there's not too much bloatware that comes installed, kind of like a lot of other tablets. It's almost like stock Android, with a few exceptions, I guess. And there's about 24.76 gigs free, and now that's before updating all of your apps. I only updated a few apps. I think it was YouTube and maybe one or two others that I'm going to show in this. But I think it's like a decent amount at least, and of course most of it gets taken up by the storage space. And I did take pictures of this because I installed everything while things were loading, or I had to recharge my battery and whatnot, but I digress. I also have some pictures here that I took outside, and it's just poor at best. Nothing great, just like many other tablets. So I wonder if we're going to see a tablet that has like a decent camera, a decent rear-facing camera. Not sure if it matters too much to people, and this is not a camp picture I took from the camera. That's like a stock image from somewhere else. See, the camera's horrible. Let's see how the front is. And the camera here is looking worse, like it's not smooth in frame rate, but that's because there's not, I mean, there is daylight outside, but it's not really emitting too much inside. So yeah, if you're in full bright sunlight or there's like good lighting, then it'll be a little smoother than what I have it here, as you can see when I'm moving my hand. The front camera itself is not too bad. You can, I mean, it's not great, but at least you can read like Canon and EOS and things like that. But that's pretty much all I have to say. The cameras are just bad, maybe tolerable at best, like many other tablets I've tested out recently. Response time in a monitor that's acceptable around the 100. Speakers are decent, no problems there. Actually, I don't think I had it at full sound, so it actually does price point is it gets really loud. Probably one of the loudest speakers I've heard on a tablet, and that's good to hear. They are emitting from the bottom, at least they're not in the back, and like I said, they do get relatively loud, louder than like some other tablets that I've seen, so that's nice to see. But you won't be able to play videos at 60 frames per second because the screen is not a 60 hertz screen. I think you can get like 50 or 53, something like that. I haven't seen 60 on here. And I might have mentioned this before, but it is an HD screen, so you can only play videos up to 720p. For me, this is just acceptable for 10 inches at the price point. I obviously prefer 1920 by 1200 because that's what we're starting to see in tablets more often around this price range. But I guess one thing we'll have to see is how performance is. And one thing I did notice is that performance, or the benchmarks, did do a little better than some other tablets in terms of the multi-core score. Single core was just around 150, somewhere around there. there, nothing too impressive. But the multi-core score was about 300 points higher. How does that translate in terms of performance, like in games and, you know, just everyday usage on basic tasks? Well, basic tasks, I don't really expect any problems there, and you shouldn't either, because it seems to be running decently. I haven't really noticed too much delay here on the small amount of time I've had to use this so far. I do want to clarify something here really quickly. This is not running Android 10 Go. This is actually Android 10, and you can use split screen on here. Because I forgot to mention this on the other ONN second generation Surf tablets. Since they're running Android Go, they weren't able to use this split screen function, but there's no problem here. First game I'm checking out here is Fruit Ninja 2. And I want to say, I think that compared to the first one, it seems like this might be more well optimized, especially for low-end tablets. The reason I say that is because I did try out Fruit Ninja 1, and it seemed to lag a little more. There were some stutters here and there, but on this one, I don't really notice anything so far. I mean, everything is buttery smooth. It could also be that the tablet's performance is slightly better, but it is running that PowerVR Rogue GE, I think it's 7322. Man, I can't remember exactly which one it was, but I do know that a lot of tablets around this price range are using that same GPU and CPU, I think. Next game I'm checking out here is old RuneScape, and I've had a couple people ask me about, will this tablet run RuneScape or not? So I've started to test this game out a little bit and play around. This is a throwback, by the way. I used to play this all the time when I was a kid. So far, I mean, I can't really show too much gameplay here. I haven't gone through too much, just the tutorial stuff, as you can probably tell. But so far, it seems to be running pretty fine. You know, I'm just looking around. I did fight those rats. If you play RuneScape, you'll know what I'm talking about. I fought those rats in the beginning, and yeah, no major like lag or anything. So everything should be relatively fine based on what I see here. Finally, I'm checking out this game called Honkai Impact Third Dial. And there's definitely some noticeable frame rate drops, and it doesn't seem completely smooth. I guess if you're used to seeing this gameplay or playing this game, you might be able to have a better feel for whether or not it's playable. I would say that this is playable, but there are some times when it really just slows down. I guess the time it was the slowest is when I went to pause the game, and you just see it just freeze right there. But I haven't seen that in the gameplay at all, so I guess that's a plus. But I don't know, you can be the judge for yourself based on what you're seeing here. I mean, it's not too much gameplay, but overall, I think the game, like playing games on here, is decent. Maybe it's a step up from other tablets. And yeah, I am somewhat impressed on this being able to handle like a lot of things. Also want to mention that it does get warm to the touch, not too hot back here. I'm not sure if it's because I still have my screen protector or yeah, there is like a screen, not a screen protector, but it is like a plastic cover that's, you know, kind of protecting the back here. So I'm not sure if it's not as hot because of that, but yeah, it's not too hot overall, I would say. So that's definitely a plus. It's not going to be a safety hazard, hopefully. And yeah, overall, I think this is a decent choice. If you're willing to pay more, there are other tablets that have a higher resolution. But I guess if you're not really looking for a higher resolution, then this is fine here too. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, hit that bell icon down below to get notified of new tablet videos, because I'm going to be having some more coming out by the end of this year and, you know, next year. So, yeah. As always, thanks for watching.